What is happening today in the Wide-Eyed Way? It is all about sugar addiction. My name's Natasha Hodge. I am here to help you get the best out of your body so that you can feel fantastic and live a brilliant life. And that's in mid to later life. You want to get the best out of your body. So why are we even talking about sugar addiction? I mean, could be boring, not so much when you think about the impact it's having. Now, I'm doing a simultaneous broadcast to Facebook and to Instagram because I want everybody, all my audience, to get the value out of this. Okay, so when we think about our bodies and sugar, yes, recently we've heard that sugar isn't great for us, but you might think, well, I don't eat that much sugar. And actually, if I had £1 for every time somebody said to me, yeah, but I don't actually eat that much sugar, you'd be surprised how much you are consuming because it's in foods that you think, what? Why does it need to be in that? Loads of savoury foods have sugar in them. So we're going to talk about the impact it's having. We're also going to help you to get rid of too much sugar in your life and to bring that kind of sweet craving, why you even get that in the first place, and how you're going to address it. And believe me, you need to address it. Okay, if you want the best body, if you want to make your health the foundation to every single thing that you do in life, because basically without it, what do you have? Then you need to be thinking, actually, I'm going to start getting sugar out of my daily habit, as it were. And the trouble is, of course, we look at sugar as a treat, as self-love, but it's anything but. It's really self-harm. In the 60s, maybe early 70s, you'd have had a little bit of sugar here and there. Your mum certainly probably wouldn't have let you snack in between meals. But then we've got all the loads of stuff going on with the commercial interest, and they want you to snack on sweet things so that they sell more of them. So you could be, the thing where, we had the Milky Way. The Milky Way was this light snack in between. We've got to the situation where we kind of expect our 11Zs or mid-afternoon, we're going to have something sweet. And we also think of it as being a pick-me-up. It's going to give you more energy. And sugar is an empty energy source. It does nothing. It has no nutritional value to you. It just causes problems, okay? And obviously I talk a lot about low carb. I talk a lot about trying to reduce your glucose impact, and that means an insulin response. But if you are awash with sugar, real sugar, we're talking mostly fruit sugar, that's the bit that we're really we want to address. Fruit sugar, which is also called fructose. The impact that's having, because we're having so much of it, even in our savoury foods, it depletes your potassium levels. Oh, no, what's potassium? Why do you care about potassium? Potassium makes your heart beat. Potassium is about your circulation. So if you don't get enough of that and you've got sugar going in and that's being impacted, that is a problem. That's your future health. That's your heart health, So you definitely want to address that. Other things it impacts, it depletes B1, vitamin B1. It depletes calcium. Obviously, the scaffolding that is holding you up is your skeleton. And so you need calcium to be in the right places, and you don't want it being depleted, especially in our 40s, 50s and 60s, osteoporosis in women, men, their strength weakening. You know, it's such a crucial thing. I mean, all these things are crucial. We need certain nutrients on a daily basis so that we keep ourselves healthy and well. Two other minerals, magnesium and zinc. You know, these are crucial things, and it's no good you saying, well, I'll just supplement with them. I'll carry on eating the sugar and supplement. No, it will be blocked. The action of those things will be blocked if you're still eating sugar. And you might be sitting there thinking, oh, but how, you know, what is life going to be like if I have to give up sugar? I love cake. I love biscuits. I love, you know, a treat. The good thing is, and I honestly, you have to know, I couldn't have been a bigger sugar addict 11 years ago. I mean, you seriously couldn't have got somebody that ate more sugar than me. My whole life was about sugar. You know, I owned a cafe. It was all about cake. It was all about cookies. And, you know, I am a feeder. So I loved that I could cook these things for people. And because we owned a shop, I pretty much survived on eating a different chocolate bar every night. So when you think how that was impacting me, so, you know, I had an unstable yo-yoing weight, I had bad eczema, I had mood swings, I was very, very negative at the time. So, you know, it was affecting my whole life. And when I gave up sugar, the energy levels was mind-blowing, which basically triggered me going on to becoming a nutrition consultant. You know, that was the start. Yes, I still occasionally have it, and I always regret it. It seems daft because you think, well, you know, you do know better, but every now and again you think, well, you know, I eat so well, why not? I'm gonna have a bit. But it always makes me feel bad. It always makes me low in mood the next day. With the perimenopause, it ups the palpitations. And if you're getting menopause symptoms, sugar is one of the worst things to make your menopause symptoms worse. You know, depression, anxiety, if you're suffering from anything like that, you don't want anything interfering with your beautiful brain chemistry. And fructose, fruit sugar, does just that. And when I say fruit sugar, I mean the table sugar. I'm talking about honey. I'm talking about maple syrup, agave syrup. Avoid it like the plague because it's got even more fructose in it. It's actually higher than any of them. Even though it's hailed as a health substance, it is utter rubbish. Bin it if you've got any. And then on top of that, we've got this situation where a lot of people have a thing called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And this is people that have nothing else wrong with them, but their liver is now enlarged because it's had so much sugar. You know, if you're into muesli, there's probably some sugar in there. You think you're eating it healthily. It'll have all sorts of dried fruit in it. That means you're mainlining fructose. If you're eating granola, again, it's sold to us as healthy, but all that sugar is impacting you. And then on top of that, you've got the oats, which is also upping your glucose levels. But with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, there's been an explosion in it. You know, before the 80s, kids never got it. And now we're seeing it in children. We're seeing it in untold adults. That impacts your breathing. It pushes into your lungs. I mean, your liver is this just unbelievable bit of kit inside us. It's there, you know, regulating all sorts of different things. And if it's full of fructose fat, because the only place in your body that can metabolize fructose is your liver. If you're putting that in every day and you're saying, well, you know, I'm stressed, I need some sort of treat at the end of the day, and it's going to be cake, it's going to be ice cream, whatever it is. But then your liver is impacted, and that's full of fat. What you really need to know is, and the great news is, that you can deplete that fat. In fact, that will be the first fat that goes out of your liver if you start to follow the low carb way of life. Because if you're just concentrating on meat, fish, dairy, eggs, nuts and vegetables, green leafy vegetables in particular, then your body is able to repair itself. It literally empties out all the fat out of your liver in the first couple of weeks. So you might find you don't lose weight elsewhere. And then once that's gone, then your fat stores start to deplete. And that's when you start, slimming down. And you don't even have to do anything. You're eating full fat food that tastes delicious. And you just allow your body to do what it was designed to do, which is to keep you healthy and well all through your life, so that you end up with a really long life doing what you want to do. And then another brilliant thing to know about tapering your sugar addiction is that you can swap over to a glucose-based sweetener instead. Now, I'm not big into artificial sweeteners, even if it's erythritol or xylitol, which don't impact your blood sugar. I just think let's not be putting any more chemicals into our bodies than we need to. In fact, there aren't any chemicals that we need to be putting in. All the chemical reactions that happen inside us work if you're feeding yourself with really, really great food. And so tapering your sugar addiction, your sweet tooth has been honed since you were weaned. Most of us were weaned onto rusks. Totally sugar laden. Sweet treats, cake at every birthday, and then you go into everybody's play dates, you got more sugar. Then the commercialization comes along and we've got sugar in every food. We're also told to eat carbohydrates till they come out of our ears, and then we've got, your body isn't clearing the sugar anyway. So going over to a glucose-based sweetener, I talk about rice syrup a lot. And what I do when I give people recipes using that, we make sure that there's some fibre in there. So in some ways, fruit in its entirety, and please don't use smoothies, you're mainlining the sugar without the fibre. A whole piece of fruit occasionally stops the fructose effect because it's got fibre in it. Your best ones are going to be berries, hopefully seasonal. So at the moment they're not in season in the UK. You'd eat strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, etc. But when they're in season, and they've got excellent fibre content as well as being fairly low in fructose. What is in season at the moment is rhubarb, and rhubarb is low in fructose and high in fibre. So you could put some rice syrup with that, or make a rice syrup based custard, and you can make a rhubarb full, or just have some rhubarb boiled with glucose-based rice syrup, and then have some really nice cream with it. You won't have the impact won't be as bad, and so they are good things. But as I say, we add fibre so that it buffers the impact of that glycemic effect, so it's not going to rush and make your blood glucose go really high. It's going to be more prolonged. And that's what it's all about. It's just making sure that you understand how your body reacts to certain foods. And if you're eating a biscuit or a cake or ice cream or chocolate or a bag of Haribo, there is no fibre up goes your blood glucose, and then you have to have an insulin response. And your insulin staying high means that your health is impacted. Obviously, eventually your aim is to get rid of it entirely so that you thrive and absolutely love savoury foods. And the great thing is, obviously, we're eating full fat, tasty food, and there are probably billions of different recipes to use the good foods and have a different meal every single day of the week until the end of your life. So there's no need to say, well, it's going to be boring, what am I going to do without sugar? Life is good without sugar. Life is better without sugar, because then you have more energy, you have better health, you slim down to where you want to be, your body will just balance itself as it needs to be, as you were born to be. Getting the best out of your life is the aim. Making sure that your health is the foundation to everything you do is the aim. And that's all I want for you. So if you have any questions at all, if you think, something's cropped up for you and you think, actually, Natasha, you haven't explained that particular part, you let me know. One other thing I just wanted to say about fibre. Fibre is a great thing. So obviously if we're eating green leafy vegetables, we're getting loads of lovely fibre with each meal. Fibre does not impact your blood sugar at all. So there is it's brilliant because it's sort of bulking it out. It's good for your digestive system. But we are not talking about, then eating brown pasta, brown bread. No, because that's going to impact your blood sugar and cause an insulin effect. No, we're talking about the ones in the green leafy vegetables with your meat, fish, dairy, eggs and nuts. And so you're just concentrating on that. And obviously I have loads of recipes, and if you want to have, I've got a free giveaway at the moment, which is make any meal into low carb. If you want that, just DM me with the word meals and I will send you the PDF link. I'm working on a mini course at the moment so that you get a taster of what I do in my paid program. But I'm here to help you. Everything I do is to help you understand how your body works, and so that you get to make the choices about your future health and build yourself into the best version so that you can feel fantastic every day of your life. I'm Natasha Hodge. Thank you very much for watching, not for working, for watching today. And of course, I will see you next time for what is happening or even what is cooking. So I will be doing a cooking program again, but at the moment we need this information to keep us well. You take care, and I'll see you next time.